Hey guys, it's Matt here from Henry Shine, just doing you a new dedicated workflow on the planmeca system for doing implant crowns. So today's one, we're going to choose 1/6. Rather than ticking a crown, you're just going to click on abutment, library A, and you can go into your scan. So first thing what we want to do, we want to scan the upper. So start scanning as per usual, what you'd usually do. Now the reason why you'll notice on the right hand side I've got Task Manager open is because I'm also rendering videos in the background to put on YouTube, as this is the third video I've done today. So my computer's working overtime, so the scanner is not scanning as fast as what it usually would. So this is usually, I would have already finished the scan by now usually. And it's just there we go, and then obviously that's all good to go in there. So that's our upper. Let's flick through to our lower. Now everything's as per usual, nothing changes too much to our upper, lower and bite. We're just going to add in a final scan, which is going to be a scan body scan. So and then from here, there's only certain brands of scan bodies in here, so I'll show you which ones they are. So upper, we're about to do a lower. And we're going to go do our bite now. So they're the main workflows that you're going to have to do. In terms of the scan body is going to be relative to whatever implant system you're using. So today's one, this one works for the Straumann system. So now we'll just do the bite. There's our lower, so now we can just focus on the upper. There's our upper done. So the more you scan here, after it clicks in, if you do it for a couple of seconds afterwards, you know it's going to get the bite right. And now we can do our scan body scan. So scan body literally goes into the implant, clip it down, make sure it's seated down correctly. I believe most places do a bit of an x-ray to make sure it's seated correctly before they start scanning. And from here, any minute now, we can now come into our scan body step. Do we want to copy the data over? Yes, so we hit the top button of the scanner, and now we start scanning in our scan body. Just took a snapshot by using the holding the lower button down. Going to generate model, and then that's good to go. We're now good to do our design. So as per usual, not much changes from where we're drawing our margin and whatnot. Obviously, depending on where your emergence profile is, that's where you want to draw your margin rather than doing it on the margin on a prep. So let's go. There we go. So that's all good to go. And we can go into margin now. And where we're going to be drawing the margin, we'll set it up as per usual in the center. Click on buckle. That's pretty good. Lock that in, Eddie. Trace, I'm just going to trace the margin around here. Cool, Cool, you beauty, done. And from here, after that's done, we're going to go plan. We're going to do what we would usually do. Make sure it's not rocketing through the bite, so that's good. And design. So we're going to hit apply, do the autogenesis. It's going to propose our tooth. You'll do some fine editing just to adjust it where you want it to. So first things first, I always like to come in here and I like to adjust using the move feature. I like to adjust our cusps. Oh. And then the next feature that I like to adjust is by using the rubber tooth. There's this area through here, so our marginal ridge. Make sure that that's all lined up. Looking good. And now we'll just fill in other bits and pieces. So by using the rubber tooth, I'm going to use rubber tooth on this one. Let's just eliminate this now. So trying to get that pretty similar to what we've got there. And then on this side, once again, we'll just adjust this. Make that as large as I can and bring this out a little bit down the bottom. Dropper, you can use a dropper if you wanted to, like so, as per usual, or smooth it off as per you want to as well. So that's all looking pretty good now. Check it in the bite, obviously, make sure you got no high spots. Your beauty. Now from here, you want to check your contacts. So that one's going to be a bit heavy. So I always like to adjust the contacts by using this. Let's take it to 50 and let's go distal. It's pretty good. And on this one, mesial. And I'll just change that to 100. Couple of small little adjustments to get that right. And if you wanted to elongate some of that contact, then I would suggest dragging this out, that part of the tooth. So I'd use the rubber tooth. And obviously that's giving us a little bit more of a contact point there, if you wanted to. Now you can use, back in this area here, let's just go mesial. So that's a more rounded contact point there. Cool. And now from here, we can look at our scan body, see where it's situated. And within this part of the software now, we can come in here and we can have our scan body, select implant system. These are the ones that are available. So I'm going to choose Straumann. I'm just going to use standard, regular, and let's go Emax, LT, A2, select. So from here, it's going to place the scan body in alignment. and from here we're going to create a hybrid crown. So it's going to use the design that we've already done, place it in there, and then according to down here, we're going to adjust a neck. We're going to adjust our design depending on how much of an emergence profile we want out of our design. So I'm just going to be okay with that. You can check the thickness by using the slice tool, opposing. You can bring it all in here and make sure you're happy with everything. Back to design. Now you can do some final edits at this point in time. So if you wanted to adjust, you can use, say, the dropper, and you can thicken up certain areas down here. So you can see that's added that in, but that's most probably too much. That's obviously your emergence profile. And then that's your tie base that you're going to be getting. And then from here, you just go mill. So you're going to choose whatever block size that it gives you. So there's a 14 and a 16 on this one. Once again, I'll move that sprue to something like that. And then obviously it's going to, once we do a sim, it's always going to be detailed on this particular design. And now this is one that I have designed earlier. So the block actually has a hole in it. And then you'll be getting a tie base from us as well. So the tie base would obviously get screwed into the implant. And then that sits in there. And then obviously it gets screwed in with the little screw that's in there. And then you'd have a little kit, which that screw will then hold that into place. Just like so. So that's the implant crown workflow. After that's finished doing its sim, you'll see that it's all ready to go. And pretty much bear with me because my computer once again is working overtime doing video. So there we go. So the sim's done. So that's it, ready to go. And pretty much you can see within there, it's got the hole ready to go as well. So that's it. Happy days, guys. And from there, you just send it to the mill, and then you make sure you put your corresponding block with the hole in it ready to mill out. So the only other tool that you will need to do that particular workflow is a probe tool. So on a 40 mil, the probe tool goes on the left, and what will happen is it will adjust, it will read and figure out exactly where the actual the hole is in the block. And then on a 30S mil, the probe tool just needs to be in there. It doesn't have to be on the left because there's no left or right because it's only one spindle. So that's that, and happy days, guys. That's my workflow on an implant crown. Hopefully you enjoy, and no doubt I'll speak to you then. Cheers, guys. Bye.